Stay 6 feet away from me. Hello, I am Ms. Watermullen. I'm a biology and chemistry teacher at East High School.
And I'm Mr. Hughes. I teach chemistry at East High School. We're so proud to be a part of this community, even during these difficult times. So we thought we'd share with you something that we're passionate about: science.
Science! We love teaching and learning science, which is why we're here today, to talk about the science that surrounds us in our everyday life. So, without further ado, here's some science. When I think of the Ice Age, I think of woolly mammoths, a bunch of snow and ice, some saber-toothed tigers, maybe the movie. I don't think of Wisconsin, but I should! Wisconsin is the way it is because of what happened during the Ice Age. Wisconsin's land shows us what it looked like here during the Ice Age and gives us a little hint to what exactly happened thousands and thousands of years ago. So, come on! It's getting colder out, but the Earth's temperatures have been fluctuating for thousands of years. We go into periods of global cooling and global warming. The Ice Age is one of those periods of global cooling where ice sheets came down from the Arctic into North America, covered large spreads of land with ice and snow. Right now, we are in actually a period of global warming, not really due as much to natural cycles, but human-made causes and CO2 emissions in the air are causing our climate to gradually get warmer and warmer. So the land I'm standing on right now, the land you might be watching a drive-in movie on, the land we go to school on, the land surrounding us, was once all ice and snow. This may sound like a normal February for us Wisconsin folk, but it lasted over 10,000 years. That's a 10,000 year winter. That'd be pretty rough. 10,000 years. That is a long winter. But after about 11,000 years, things started heating up again and getting warmer. And when things get warmer, the ice started melting. Whew. And when the ice started melting, those glaciers kept going back to the Arctic Circle. Whew! Things are warming up. We are losing all these ice sheets, and that's when the really cool things started happening to our state. So the ice started melting and going back up to the Arctic, and when it did so, it left a bunch of boulders and debris and rocks, and it left all this stuff just sitting around in Wisconsin. It also carved deep holes in the land, which later were filled with lakes, like Monona, and Lake Mendota, and Devil's Lake, and even Lake Michigan. Wow. Every lake here, every hill, every perfectly flat field was all shaped during the Ice Age. Look around you, it's everywhere.
There's a lot of ice in Ice Age. You ever wonder how a big old iceberg can float on the water, just like these ice cubes float in this water? It all has to do with something called density. You see, if we could see the tiny particles of water as they were freezing, we'd see something like this. They slowly spread out until they finally lock into place. Because they're more spread out than liquid water, we say that ice is less dense. It's more spread out. And it turns out that anything that's less dense, like this ice cube, will float on something that's more dense, like this liquid water. Ice floats because it's less dense than liquid water. And that's why a big beauty like this iceberg can float right on top for all the penguins to enjoy.
Ice doesn't float in every liquid, though. It floats in water. That's how those big old icebergs can float right on top. But look what happens when I put this in isopropanol, which I got at my local drugstore. It sinks right to the bottom. Isopropanol is less dense than ice. Did you know ice is a crystal? There are lots of types of crystals. Some take thousands of years to form, like this rock inside the earth. Some take a few days to form, like rock candy. Some might take a few hours, like an ice cube in the freezer. But sometimes crystals can form in the blink of an eye. Let's try it. Here's some water. It's not just any water, though. I heated it up and dissolved this sodium acetate inside. Then I cooled it down again. It is now ripe for crystals. All it needs is a starter crystal, which I've got right here. Let's see what happens when I add this to my mixture. Wow, those crystals grew right before our eyes. A few seconds ago, this was a liquid. Now it's completely solid. Try doing that with plain old water.
We hope you've learned a little bit of science today, and enjoy the movie, Cars.
They're watching Ice Age.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.